Kingdom Radio, turn the lights off. Now watch us turn the whole world on. Now they're watching the whole thing glow. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block fired. Worldwide, roof high, watch us climb higher. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block. From the ladder to the leader, every level gets acquired. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. I came in the game with the ladder and the vision. Now the whole operation moving with precision. Every conversation turned into ammunition. Not against each other, we attack the competition. Installation, innovation, calculated repetition. Turn the season of profession to a permanent position. Every lesson that we mention is a business intervention. Mastermind on the transmission, worldwide reception. Cold nights, bold price, no sleep, high pressure, whole team locked in. Every season gets better. Stormfront, phone jump, still holding it together. Built a system so the business isn't broken by the weather. No guessing, no stressing, every measurement matters. No talking like a boss if the organization scatters. We're developing the leaders, not just filling up the ladders. Turning scholars into owners, then the whole ceiling shatters. Robey with the raw truth, no sugar on the statement. Kingdom Radio broadcast, shaking up the basement. Everybody wants the outcome, you embrace the payment. We document the process, then we duplicate greatness. From Houston to Australia, that consuming the discussion. Every download has momentum, every episode erupting. Every installer hears the signal underneath the percussion. This is business education with a heavyweight production. Construct the empire. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block fired. Worldwide, roof high, watch us climb higher. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. No sleigh bells, fake smiles, matching sweaters in the lobby. Way discussing real payroll, real cruising, real problems. How to price it, how to sell it, how to build it, how to solve it, how to turn a pickup truck into a company with options. This ain't contained for attention, it's a blueprint for expansion. Take the wisdom from the veterans and put it into action. Every failure gets examined, every victory is traction. We're not chasing entertainment, we're producing transformation. Mastermind, mastermind, mastermind. The name rings heavy when the bass drops. 7,000 in the network making game swap. One person finds a shortcut, everybody saves blocks. One owner raises standards, not a whole trade elevates up. Iron sharpens iron when the honest conversations happen. No pretending, every season is a perfectly wrapped package. We expose the weak foundation, then we enforce the brackets. Put the knowledge in the hands of anybody brave enough to grab it. Brave enough to grab it. Different time zones tuning in when the live stream starts. Different accents, same ambition, same entrepreneurial heart. Every city has an installer trying to master the art. Now the world is getting smaller every time we press record. From the back roads to the skylines, every market has a fighter. Every family has a reason that they need the future brighter. Take the struggle, take the sacrifice and turn it to a lighter. Then illuminate the route for every installer coming behind us. Built to the 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 way. Built in the cold, built when the phone didn't ring. Built when the crews didn't show. Built when nobody understood the goal. Now they're watching the whole thing glow. This is bigger than December, bigger than decorations. We're creating jobs and leaders, building family foundations. Seeking owners how to operate beyond improvisation. With the future on the calendar to execute the obligation. What survives when you retire? Who remains when you're gone? Did you only build a paycheck or a structure standing strong? Every episode's a brick, every relationship's a bond. What a building for a season, we're constructing something long. Get busy, no excuses, put the plan into motion. Quit confusing, being frantic with productive devotions. Slow it down, perform it right, then accelerate the process of disciplined operation. Always dominate for reckless, take a picture, bring the proof. In the endless second guessing, train the crew to find a standard, make the expectation present. Every problem leaves a lesson.
light work. Well, the songs just keep getting better and better, if you ask me. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah.
Light work.
Light.
The new
work.
single. You ain't been watching online, seeing all that?
I hear it all day, every day.
Yeah. Well, all of our listeners are sitting down pretending to be at the Christmas Expo, but instead they're listening to your boy Ron with some earplugs. Yeah. So welcome everybody from the Christmas Expo. Laura and I have a nice show scheduled for you. But before we go in there, my name is Ron. I'm always with my beautiful wife, Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
And we got the new camera out there. Checking it out.
Playing around with it today.
Or no, maybe it's not working. It's not following.
Forget you. I ain't following you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. My name is Ron. We own ChristmasContractor.com. We sell materials. We own Kingdom Christmas Lights. And we install here in the local Houston, Texas area. And then, of course, I just shown here about the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast and the Mastermind Facebook page. That's what we be doing. That's what we be doing. Tell us what's going on, Laura. It's been an interesting week. I think the last 3 weeks have been so action-packed ever since we got back from Vegas and before that. It's been so action-packed with commercial properties or something. But this week has been kind of slower.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, how has this week been, Bo?
This week's been insane. We've been clarifying some commercials want some summaries of their quotes so they can present it to the board. Others, residential clients that are like picking colors, and it is July 22nd. It is July 22nd.
Oh.
Residential is like, okay, I think I want to do this, and I'm thinking these colors. Can you show me these colors? I'm like, you're a residential customer. What the heck is going on here? And then we're getting the warehouse together, and it is steaming hot outside. I mean, it is hot. We had all that rain, and now you're wishing that rain was still coming because it is hot. It is Africa hot. And speaking of Africa, I hope you all have a good night.
You hope Africa has a good night?
Yeah, they're listening to us as late at night right now in Africa. So there you go.
Yeah, let's jump into that because let's take a look at the RSS feed and see what the hell's going on around the world. This is in the last 7 days. We still have our Aussie family in all three time zone of Australia. We have someone watching. So good morning. Good morning, Australia.
They're on their way to work listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Good morning, Australia. We have 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
Is what time it is now. So good morning, Australia. And then we also got a bunch of people up in the U.S. listen to the actual podcast over the course of the last 7 days. And we got some people in the UK listening. We got some people in Africa and India. So thank you for all of our listeners. We're actually increasing on that. If you guys want to see the actual show, go to Kingdom Radio, our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And that's where you can see our podcast. Looks like we got Philly in the house, Dallas, and then Australia. It's like, I don't know, these 5 guys in Brisbane and 4 downloads in Melbourne. It's like pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Huh.
Anyways.
We're getting worldwide listeners over here on the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast. And right now it is time to quit bullshitting because we have, 19 days working day or 16 days working days until the season starts for us.
We're 24 working days until September 1st, and that takes our vacation out as well. But the actual days is 41. It's on our whiteboard to the right.
Yeah. So 41 days, but really September 1st is when we start installing. And you're like, it was like 16 days after our vacation, 19 days after our vacation's considered. It's like, it's not like months away. It's not like, oh, it's so far away in the distance. It's like, it's really hard to think about because it's so far away. It's like 19 days is far away.
It's not that far away.
There's a lot of shit to do in the next 19 days. Come on. So that's what we're doing. We're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, Laura, walk us through. What's the first thing, Bobo?
You have the list of what we're doing today. I have the questions today. So you're in charge.
Do you remember we were talking about Jason Guyman and about him and Stacy doing that podcast the same time that we did it?
Yes, I remember you complaining.
Yeah. And so Jason was like, he said, man, well, maybe I should do. Jason's like, maybe I should do a podcast the same time as you. That way, maybe I can get more listeners. He's always thinking about it, self-improvement. So that was fun. I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. Shit, maybe it might be fun. I can make fun of you all day and you can get more listeners. It'll work out great. It sounds like a great business plan. What do you think?
No.
We'll get a chance to see him tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
We're going to the Christmas Expo. I had we got all that figured out and done. And then I got a call from Stacy this morning. Stacy Jordan from Red Sleigh
Workshop.
Red Sleigh. We actually sang the song together first.
What did you sing? Well, why do I always get to miss out on these calls that you get to sing?
You got to answer the phone, I guess.
She has your cell phone number.
Oh, that's what happened.
Office line.
Yeah. Well, probably because I called her out last week. But anyway, so she called up today. She didn't mention one word about that, but she said, "Oh, you're coming tomorrow? Okay, so you teaching, or you want to?" Like, she's asking me, "Are you teaching a class?" Like, I haven't contacted anyone and said I was going to teach anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't said anything about teaching. None of that. I said we're just going to show up and hear what Jason Woodward has to say. And she's like, well, what do you think about tomorrow at 4:00? You teach this class. And so this is like less than 24 hours away. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So your boy Ron is going to be teaching a class at Christmas Expo, the new trends in the Christmas industry. So that's right. I'll be teaching that tomorrow. So get your ass over there at the Christmas Expo tomorrow at 4:00. That's when your boy Ron will be taking the stage. And, there's these paid trainers, the really good ones, and they get paid. We're in the free section. So if you can't afford a ticket to listen to anyone training, you can go into the overflow lot with the B-list trainers like Ron. And you could listen to Ron speak on the main stage for free. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have any money. Well, you need to talk to, in Ron. This room over here where people are eating their lunch and not paying attention. That's where Ron's going to be. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
We'll have snacks and free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And then Friday morning, Laura and I will be on the expert panel town hall, where we'll be answering Christmas questions, I think, with experts like Stacy Jordan and her boyfriend or husband or whatever the hell he is, Patrick. I talked to him this morning for the first time.
You don't supposed to say
which one is
You're
it?
supposed to say business partner.
Oh, I thought they were never late.
They are, but you still say business partner.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat.
I'm not just his wife, Laura. I'm also his.
Oh, I didn't know that they were married. I thought they just got together recently.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway,
so
it doesn't matter.
You don't know, you don't say.
Okay, then what I should say is her business partner was on the phone this morning, and we cut it up like men do, and stuff. But he was hot on some illumination stuff. He was thinking that was going to replace Christmas lights, like the little projection, the AI projection.
I saw that one with the dancing people that they're putting up for Halloween. It's pretty freaking cool.
It is pretty cool. So anyway, we talked about that, and we'll talk about that more in person tomorrow in Dallas, Texas.
So we're also going to have Ashley with Certified Lights.
Ashley, it's not Ashley Bowser. It's Ashley Garber now. Yeah, so Ashley Garber, we'll be able to hang out with her. She'll be on the expert panel. She's with Certified Lights. So that'll be fun, too. So we'll be on there with all the ladies. None of the men going to get a word in tomorrow or Friday. Okay. It's going to be all the women talking.
I got the duct tape. Don't worry.
We got all the women talking.
And speaking of, I have a ridiculously smooth voice. You know it. Because I'm a smooth criminal.
Yeah, we are in the wrong line of work for sure. Yeah, Laura, she's got this the smoothest radio voice, I would say. Yeah, I could just listen to her talk all the time if I wasn't talking, cutting her off. I could listen all day.
True that.
What's up, Job? All right, so that's what we got going on. Oh, we have 2 comments. Yeah, get her done, son. Armando called yesterday. Believe that?
Yes, I do.
He said, first of all, don't ever come back to Las Vegas without calling me first, because it's only a 6-hour drive. He said it's only a 6-hour drive, and I'll drive out there and meet with you the next time you're there. Huh?
Is baseball season over?
Well, I was just talking about how he said he would drive out and meet with us. I was like, all right, then, Armando, I don't think we're going back to Vegas. That was kind of weird. We were there 2 times in 6 months, but we don't normally frequent Las Vegas. I'm not into gambling anymore like I used to be when I was younger.
He's been redeemed.
Yeah. I saw the light. I've been baptized. Yeah. So no more gambling for your boy Ron. But we did go for the wedding, and then we also went the other time to look at Christmas lights, which was weird because everyone's like, "You're here to do what?" Like, I'm just here to see the Bellagio, and I'm here to see the observatory and the Christmas. And I was walking around trying to see what Christmas decorations people had, which most of them barely had anything.
There was quite a bit.
They had like a tree up and some
really
bullshit like that, but it wasn't like extravagant like the Bellagio. That was like the most beautiful place I've ever seen on Christmas. It was like Christmas morning, being around the tree and opening up gifts and seeing that Santa Claus came. It was like that walking into the Bellagio Observatory. It was freaking unbelievable. Am I right?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
And it's also nice. This is an important point right here. It's also nice to go into anywhere around Christmas with a pocket full of money. That's fun. Christmas is fun with a pocket full of money. Christmas is fun. When you're broke and you ain't got money to barely pay your bills, much less buy some Christmas presents, Christmas isn't as fun. I mean, it's point blank that damn simple. Having money during Christmas time is fun. And if you're in the Christmas business, all the Christmases could be the best Christmas you ever had in your life because you actually have money for a change, and more money than you probably are used to having. And that's what the Christmas light business has done for me every single year that I've been in it since 2012. And it continues to be so much money that we don't have to do anything but Christmas lights and actually focus on Christmas year round. And we're one of the few people who do that, but we love Christmas. We're not in it for the money. Okay. We're in it because it's what?
Uh-huh.
We don't do it for the money.
What the hell are you talking about? It paid for our house. It paid for our warehouse.
No, I'm saying is I didn't get into the Christmas light business because I just wanted to make a bunch of money. I got into the Christmas light business because I love Christmas and I like installing lights. I like talking to all these customers. I like the complicated projects of running 7 crews and 8 crews and 10 crews. And I love the logistics. It calms me down. It's like I was born to do this, like a cattle dog when you put them out in the field and they start rustling up the cattle, even though they've been in an apartment complex for the last 6 years. They've never even seen a farm. They go out into the farm for the first time, start rounding up all the animals and stuff. I was born to do this. And I think you were too. I mean, a lot of us, not everyone was, but I think you were born to be into leadership. If you feel that calling, you already know the steps to make. Start taking those steps, get with some of these veterans and start applying it. Yeah. Right, Bo?
That's right.
But I didn't get into it for the money. This is like bringing the light and providing the light is like a ministry. Being in the Christmas business is like a ministry. There is money, but we don't do it for the money. We don't do it because it's not like us. We have some friends that are Muslim that are in the Christmas industry. They obviously are doing it for the money, right? There's no Christ Mass Christ, more Christ, right? Emperor Constantine bringing up Christmas. That's what we're all about. We're all about more Christ. What is so funny?
I'm listening to you.
Talking about Job?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's not why I got into the Christmas. I love the Christmas business. If I was into another business and made good money, I mean, you ever seen someone who's happy, but they're really not that happy and they start telling you money and everything? Because, imagine being a defense attorney.
That would suck.
You make a lot of money, but shit, you got to sell your soul to the devil to get it, and that's one of those things. Once you sell that soul, you can't buy that shit back. It's too expensive to buy it back. So I love Christmas lights. I don't, what's so funny about it? Break me in on what's
the matter with you? You didn't even have any caffeine yet.
Yeah, I did.
Do you need this take you down drink? This is a recess. You want that?
No.
This will bring you down.
No. So anyway, I'm going to be speaking I'm going to be speaking tomorrow.
I think you're just nervous about tomorrow.
Christmas Expo. Yeah. Let's look at some pictures. Let's look at some stuff. Let's
What are you looking at?
Let's look at some stuff. Let's see if we got some.
I do love Christmas, and I have loved the industry that we have been in all this time. If we didn't make any money doing it, would I be doing it? Probably not.
No.
I'd have to be working a 9-to-5er. Yes. Oh, this was such an exciting envelope to open this morning.
Yeah. Guess who got their passports today? You notice how there's 3 of them? Guess who didn't get a passport today?
Ron has a sad old birth certificate.
Yeah. So basically, when you say, "Hey, I need a new birth certificate from Virginia," they used to send you a piece of paper and they say, "Hey, this is like a birth certificate. Like this is the same thing. This is how we do it. You don't actually get another birth certificate. You get a copy of the birth certificate." So I've been rocking with that one for like 8 years. And then finally they were telling me at customs, they're like, "Look, I don't know how the hell they let you on that ship or whatever you did, but you got lucky. I'm gonna let you back through here, but I wouldn't be traveling with that piece of paper that's a picture of a birth certificate." And I was like, "But that's what they said in Virginia. Remember, they said that a copy of it was a legitimate one." So finally, I just received my actual, real, authentic birth certificate, a new one. We received that the other day.
Yesterday.
So I have a birth certificate and everyone else has a passport. So your boy
we just
Ron's a
came in
little
today.
bit behind.
So we all got our little passports. I'm really excited. Now I can go wherever I want.
Well, I'm leaving the country next year. As soon as Christmas is over, we're fleeing. We're fleeing the country. So someone better get your buddy Ron's passport in check. I need to get out of here, the country. Get out of the country. We're going to Italy for your buddy Ron's 50th birthday. Yeah, we're going to Italy.
That's the plan. I've been looking at those airline tickets, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a lot of points." And ooh, if I didn't have
How much
points,
are they?
Well, because your girl, it does not sit in economy. It's like $6,000.
It was $6,000.
It's $6,000 for first class lay down seats, the whole kit and caboodle. If you sat in economy, it's $900. It's pretty significant.
We're sitting in economy then, it sounds like.
And business plus, which has a little 6% incline on the seating, it's about half. It's about 3. So you want to be crunched up in economy for 14 hours? No, you can sit in economy. I'm gonna sit in the front.
Okay, first of all, I think the international flights, I mean, I've never been on one, hence why I don't have a passport. But I think the international flights, they all have like an airplane seat that lays down where you can sleep. Nope. Even the PO if it's long enough, right?
Nope. The economy flight only has a 3% incline with no foot raising.
How long is the flight?
14 hours.
That's it.
Well, you were bitching in business class when we went to Vegas. We're going to do 14 hours in that seat.
You got to take some of those doggy downers before you get on the airplane. With the ones that Mr. T used to take from the 18. You know what I'm talking about? You're like, "Man, I ain't trying to do no flying." You're like, "Man, we ain't flying nowhere. Just, what? Just something to the neck." And then you wake up and you're there. Maybe we should do that. And then it really doesn't matter about the accommodations.
Go ahead. You and the kids can sit in the back. I'm sitting in the front.
Speaking of which, when we came back from Vegas, we got first class tickets and it was like 12:30, like midnight. And then 30 minutes after midnight, 12:30 when the plane was leaving, and it left like 10 minutes late. So like 12:40. And they're like, "Here, you want your hot towel?" And she was sleeping. "You want your compliments, your glass of champagne?" She was sleeping. What do you want on the menu today? She was sleeping. And it was like, it was a comfortable seat, but if you're going to sleep anyway, it wasn't that big of a deal.
That's what I was saying.
But 12 hours, you could drink a lot in 12 hours.
Not in economy. You're paying for your drinks in economy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
Hello.
difference is what, $1,000 difference, right? For the
It
ticket.
is $5,000. It's $6,000 to sit in.
Well, you can
in
buy a
first
lot of
class.
fucking drinks for $5,000.
Yeah, you're not going to convince me otherwise. I
All
mean,
right.
it is.
We may be going. I guess we're not going to Italy. We can't
we're
afford it.
going.
We can't afford
We're
it.
going. You're just going to sit in the
Yeah.
900, and I'm going to sit in the 6,000. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I did talk to David. Like I was talking to David Merle, and I joke around because Laura and I, we sit in the first class and we put the kids in the back in the what are they called? Economy.
Economy or economy plus.
The
or
coach.
business. And coach.
Yeah, they got that Gucci, that coach seat. You know, we got the first class seat. That's how we do it. But I was asking, like, if you're sitting in the back, like if you and your girl, okay, you're sitting in the back, you and your girl, and then they say, oh, hey, good news. I have a free upgrade for one seat, and it's right here in the first class. What do? Do you take the ticket and you say, hey, babe, look, I'll catch up with you, when we get back, or you know what? I don't feel right doing it, but my wife can sit up there because I know comfort's important to her. Or what would you do? And what would be your question? What would you answer that?
I would give you a nice long kiss, and I'd walk out to the front.
You would?
I don't know.
That's not what
be,
I would do.
That would be very difficult. You definitely would walk to the front because you didn't even care when we got married that we weren't even sitting
First
together.
of all,
So,
that is not true.
that is so true. Some poor sap that was sitting realized that we had just gotten married and swapped seats with you to, for.
You had the just married crown on your head.
I did. I had my crown on, and he got in this. It's gonna be all right. We don't need to pay extra $10 to get our seat next to each other. It's all right.
This
you
is
can sit over there.
Spirit Airlines,
It's okay.
I believe it was.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
We don't have to be together all the time. I was like,
No, I didn't.
Got
I
married.
did not.
This is supposed to be like the best, and then we go downhill, not downhill straight away. Holy moly, ass.
Is that what you think?
That's what I thought.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
You would totally.
Our
You'd be
trip to
saying, "Bye,
Vegas,
bitch."
it was like we had like a $2,000 budget to get married, and that included traveling to Vegas or something like it was. Maybe it's $3,000.
I think it was 3.
So it was like, okay, so we can get airplane tickets for $600 round trip on Spirit, but it costs another $15 a seat to assign the seats. So don't worry, boo. I just figured that shit out when we get on the plane. We'll just maneuver these seats and see what's going on. But when we got on the plane, the damn thing was packed, and I was in one aisle and she was like over here, and it was like, oh well. And then it all worked out just like I said. But right.
Only because of the grace and love of another human being.
Ye have little faith. Ye have little faith.
Whatever. Anyway, if you got a
We
free
pulled that off though.
upgrade-
We got married in August 15, 2019.
Very good.
We got married in Las Vegas, and it was fun. We were there for 5 days on a $3,000 budget.
We were.
We actually got the timeshare, stuff where we went to Trump,
Whatever Trump Vegas is called.
the Vegas hotel they got, and it was something about you have to listen to some kind of spiel about them selling you some shit, and
For
then they
an
give
hour and
you
a half.
3 days.
I
Yeah.
got 3 days.
So we got the 3 days, and then on the days we were going to get married, then we just rented an Airbnb for 2 nights.
We did.
And we had it at this very nice Airbnb and this very nice pastor. So that was cool. But we had to cut some budgets, like another $15 to guarantee the seats was out of the budget. I mean, that's the way it was in 2019 when we first started Christmas Lights. $15 was out of the budget, and we were doing fencing and all kind of stuff. But every time we went on a vacation, when we came back from the vacation, it was like starting the business all over again, because any momentum that you had just kind of went away when you got back, and it took you like a week to get back into the getting leads and getting back into it. So that's kind of what it was for us, right?
True.
Yeah. But money was tight, and we weren't being extravagant on anything. We were saving every penny. Shit, we were still living at home with mommy, getting married, so that was not that long ago.
And I'm blessed enough now to concern myself with $6,000 first class tickets to freaking Italy.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, people.
Ye had little faith. Yeah. But anyway, so Laura's gonna be the star of the show tomorrow, I'm sure. You like this Santa Claus hat? This is like when you're talking about Santa Claus hats. I don't know if I like this camera. Let's go with this other one.
Oh. You like that better?
I don't know.
You need something right in the
They
middle.
both just kind of jive it, right? Yeah.
As if one Ron wasn't enough. Now you got two.
Yeah, and then there was that. Anyway, what the hell was I saying?
Your Santa Claus hat.
Yeah, these Santa Claus hats, if you look at this Santa Claus hat with the real fur, this is the one that you want to get on Amazon. It looks way better than that cheap ass white one with the matted kind of fabric, whatever it is. These with the hair, these are the real Santa Claus hat. Like if you're like, hey baby, it's Christmas and I got your Christmas presents right up under this tree right here. This is the kind of hat you would wear when you're saying some stuff like that. It's really professional. Plus, I think Santa Claus hats are so underrated. They're so underrated because it doesn't matter what language you speak. If you have a Santa Claus hat on, you just seem more approachable, more friendly, less likely to bring harm to you, more of a peace thing. It's kind of like when you go up to someone, and this is Major League too. If you go up there and say, hey, how you doing? It just naturally says that I don't mean any harm. Hey, what's going on? It's just a psychological way of peace. Like if I went like this, you would think, come to me. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a psychological thing. So the Santa Claus hat, if you put this on one of your workers that, a Hispanic worker, as soon as they show up, people are just excited. Oh my God, the Christmas people are here and they're about to do all this stuff. But if they're not wearing company shirts and they look like they just kind of crossed the border yesterday and jumped up on your roof, I mean, you're like, you got questions. You're like, hold on, what the hell's going on here? No, I thought I called Ron, not, some other person in Houston that they do hire people off Craigslist and whatever. So that's really important. The Santa Claus hats goes a long way. And we got some of our biggest and best customers. And when I say biggest and best customers, our number one customer until last year, residential. He's bought more over the course of us being in business than any other customer and brought us more opportunities than any other customer. And how we got that customer was because we had an opportunity in that neighborhood with a different customer. And I said, I don't want to just go out there and install those lights. And that's how you think. That's how you may think. You just want to go out there and install those lights and make that money and move on to the next one. That's how the installers think because they get paid by the foot. I just want to make that money, install whatever lights I've got to do, and just tell me what's the next address. What's the next? Where's the fire? What are you trying to do? Go to another house and drive somewhere for free to install a couple more lights? That's what you're trying to do? What about the customer that you're at? What about this is a $6 million house and all these houses in this neighborhood are about the same or if not more, $30-40 million houses in this neighborhood. You have an opportunity to do one. Where are you in a hurry to go? When you have an opportunity like that, why are you wasting it? This is the kind of thing that you cannot even send a person out there if they don't think the right way. I need pictures of this because none of your houses look like this. This is an opportunity that you've never been trusted with until this moment. Now, what are you going to do? Send some half-ass installer over there to rush through it and say it's done and what's next? Because no. That ain't how we do it. And that's not how you do it if you want to be successful. We went out there with 7 or 8 guys. So that would be like 3 crews where they're all working together for a big mansion thing. Everyone has company shirts on that says Kingdom Christmas Lights, right, baby?
That's right.
Yeah. With the QR number, we have Christmas music playing. All the workers all have Santa Claus hats on. We're playing Christmas music. It's an experience. It's an actual experience getting your lights installed by us in November. Prime time. Kids come out. Workers all have Santa Claus hats on and all these things are happening. And the head Santa is over there, managing his elves from the South Pole, all that kind of stuff. in that experience, this other billionaire customer was walking his baby in the baby stroller. And as soon as they seen that, it had nothing. They were using like another big company here in the Houston area. I won't mention. Normally I do, but I won't mention who they are. But they lost it over service. They lost it because there was a problem and they just didn't want to come back and service it. And it was a $25,000 every single year. It's $25,000 to put lights on his house, just the basic stuff, and they lost that. And then as soon as he seen that we had these Santa Claus hats out and we had that experience, it was like, you're my guy. And that's how we do it. Okay. These Santa Claus hats are way underrated. Am I right?
I agree.
Yeah. Warehouse workers, everything. You go into 7-Eleven, you go into a store and you got a nice Santa Claus hat on and a smile. Everyone's just like, hey, like, it almost feels like your family in a way, because you got the Santa Claus hat on. But if you take the Santa Claus hat off, you're like, hey, what's up? What's going on? You're like, you don't look as cool. You don't look as cool. And you definitely don't look very inviting.
Yeah. Less festive.
Huh?
The reason for the season, the Santa Claus hat.
Do what?
Less festive.
Yeah. You just, we got questions. We got questions about you without a Santa hat on. Anyway, so get yourself some Santa hats. Make sure it has the fur on it from Amazon. There's a bunch of different ones. Don't get them cheap ones. Get the Mac Daddy Kingdom ones. All right.
Even though the workers might like the cheaper ones because they're
cooler
and it's not so hot, especially in the Texas heat, get the thick ones anyway.
Yeah. Believe me. We have certain properties that they are absolutely mandatory. And I'll tell you another thing that you get tips. Okay. If you put your Santa hat on, when you go to the job, you're more likely to get a tip from the customer than if you don't have it on. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, never tell the customer that you're the business owner, because business owners never get tips. And if you do something to that customer, if you do anything, there's nowhere else to go. If you have a differencing of opinion, if I think it should be this and then it turns out to be that, and the customer has a problem with it, there's not another person to speak with at your company, because you already said, if you don't like what I'm saying, there's nothing else. Our company stops with me. I'm the one who makes all the decisions. So if you have a problem, it's not like you say, hey, Laura, your husband's a little out of control, and can you get one of these managers to have a talk with him? Once you identify you're there, it's nothing. It's not like a good example is like AT&T. And this is so important that you don't understand. I'm not going to say this person's name, but he works at this other big company. You think you're eliminating steps, but these steps are there for a reason. Like AT&T. This is very important, Laura.
Okay.
Something happened with your cell phone bill. And you have AT&T or you have Verizon or whatever it is, and you call up there because they did some shady stuff, or they did something with your service, or they did something enough to make you frustrated because you take someone's phone away where their phone's not working, they mad. And they're going to let somebody know about how mad they are. So you call up and you got this son of a bitch that don't even speak English. He's from Zimbabwe or some shit like this, right? Or wherever they're from, authorized to handle manager calls or whatever. And they're not speaking English very good, and you're pissed, and you're cussing this dude up one side and down the other. Whoever it is, male or female, they all gonna get it because that's how mad I am. Was it necessary for that? Maybe, because they eventually stop pushing buttons and stop broken English talking to you, and they transfer you to someone else who speaks a little bit better English, but they're still not a manager. Then you go through and you explain that story a whole nother time to this other person that maybe is approved to handle manager calls and they acting like a manager, but they have no permissions to fix the problem. But you're like, well, what do you want? You're like, well, I just want you to fix this damn thing, and he done screwed me over and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And after you done cuss the second person out, now you're on to the real person that speaks good English, and her name is Erica or his name is Dave, and he's in a local office, and you're just like, he's like, hey, you've been yelling and cussing these son of a bitches out for 45 minutes, and finally you get onto the phone with Dave or Erica or whoever, and they say, hey, how you doing? Welcome to AT&T. Yeah, how can I help you? I understand there's been a problem, and I just spoke to Xavier and Ahmed, and they just passed me up. I mean, Al, and they have American names. Al and Dave, they sent over your information, and I understand that you're upset. What can we do for you, Mr. Robey? And then you're like, oh my God, if I could have just talked to you the first time, I'm just looking for half the month it didn't work. Well, how about I just give you, take the bill in half? And how about we send you $200 of this? Or how about I do this? And you're like, why couldn't I speak to you from the beginning? How come I couldn't just talk to you in the beginning? The problem is if that was the first person to answer the call, you never would have got that. You had to go through the process of getting mad and screaming at this person, then getting transferred and explaining yourself again and again. And then the third time you're explaining yourself to this person who actually can do something about it, it's very easy. And you're not even yelling at that person. You're just exhausted from fighting, tired of fighting, and you're ready for a solution. The person's super nice. All the things that were wrong with the other two people is not wrong with this person. Super nice, and it goes smooth. But that's the process you have to go through. You cannot have that person wasting their time getting yelled at and cursed at because you're not doing anything. You need these kind of punching bag system until you get to the business owner, to the person who can do it. If you talk to someone who's the head of the chain, there's nowhere else to go to fix a problem. So you never want to present yourself like that, even though your chest is up and you're like, I'm the business owner. So that's a major league thing. The second thing I'm going to tell you is a lot of people don't realize this, and this is major league, is the service technician. Let's go back to AT&T and let's go back to Verizon or one of these things. Let's say you have a TV service. You had a TV service hooked up in your home, and when you're on the phone with the customer, the salesman's on the phone with the customer, they may say something along the lines of, yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to get great service, and we're going to install it. And how many TVs do you have? Oh, you got 5. Is that additional charge? Oh, no, we can do up to 7 or 5 streams at once. Or no, it's no problem. Just sign the paper and we'll deal with the rest later, right? So you might say some things that you had to get the sale. I mean, that's your job to get that sale. So you said some things. Okay. Then the installer comes out. And he'll say, man, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. It's $75. We give you the first 2 rooms for free, and it's $75 for each one. And I gotta, charge you for these 3 extra outlets or something. And then you're like, no, but the salesperson told me. And then the installer makes the worst mistake in the world. And they say, oh, well, them salespeople, they're always selling stuff and they're always saying this. And you don't realize what you're actually doing is you're talking shit about yourself, because that's where you work. You're saying people who work here don't know what they're doing. People who work here are liars. People who work here don't really take, integrity when they're speaking. That's what you're saying, even though you're like, yeah, I'm really great, and this other person's an idiot and they lie but I'm a really good person. So let's say bad about him and let's say good about me. You're just such an employee mindset. You don't realize what you're actually doing and how you're discrediting the company that's paying your bills and that you work for. That's not a word track that you say, but most corporate America, that's how it works. Another one is the installer installs it. And then all of a sudden, you're never going to guess this, there's a problem. And so now you have to get another installer out there that's a more advanced installer, and he's doing trouble calls and fixing things. Then he comes out to your house and he says, oh, well, I see right now what the problem is. See, what it was is when he hooked up to this and this and this, he should have went and did these things, but instead he did some half-ass stuff. And, that installer really don't know what he's doing. He really kind of messed it up. But don't worry, ma'am, because I'm the one that really knows what I'm doing, and I'll fix it. All of those words, even though they're true, maybe, they're not helping out the company. And there might be some people that actually went onto this podcast already and liked it, and I've already commented here, and I'm talking to you. Or maybe I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to us. Okay. When you start talking smack about this other person who's associated with you, You're not elevating yourself like you think you are. You're not saying, oh, well, that person's a big dummy. And that therefore, by default, I must be better. I must be a better version of a human being than this other idiot. And let's all talk smack about him so I can make myself feel better. That is not the way business works. That's how teenage girls work. Drama. That is not the way business works. When you talk smack about this other person, you're just discrediting yourself. You're just saying that I work for a company that hires people that have no idea what they're doing. That's the hiring process here. The person who comes to your house first, I wouldn't trust any of them from this company. I wouldn't trust the salespeople or the installers. I'm the only one who knows what I'm doing. Even though that may be true, the fact that you said it says you think small and you're really not a team player at all. You are the problem. Even though you're probably the best and have the most talent, it's your mouth. You're the problem. You're the problem and you're really the cancer. But anyway, I'll get off that high horse. I just wanted to share that with you. And that's really important information to make sure that when you're running your company, loose lips sink ships. Is that what they say? When you're running your company, discussing business of, where's the other install? Well, oh, fuck, he got fired. Yeah, he came into work drunk and Ron fired him. And man, they got in a fist fight out in the parking lot. And he told me, hey, John, why don't you just go take care of that job where I go kick his ass? Like you don't tell the customer that stuff. And you don't tell the customer the other stuff, even though it's true. It's not your job to fill them in of what's going on behind the scenes at the company. Not if you're the business owner, not if you're a worker, not if you're an installer, not if you're a salesman. Your job is to put a positive foot front, even though your company is just straight fucking garbage. Oh my God. You don't say that. You don't say, oh my God, everyone walked out and quit and shit. We already got 30 people calling us saying we can't get to it. Now, you don't say that. That's why, you're working at Arby's. You don't say that. Okay. What you do is you say, give us some examples, Laura. How long? I know it's your first day on the job. I know you've been here less than a week. How long have you been working in the Christmas light industry?
I've been working here for almost a year. A
little less than a year. I'm on my second year because I started in November and here it is January. You know what I mean? I mean, there is a way to tell the truth. You know what I mean? You want to tell the truth, but you want to say it in a way where you're just like, oh, I'm sorry that you had that bad experience. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I found the problem. It's no big deal. Even though when you get back to the office, you're like, man, let me take some pictures. Here's what really happened. You don't tell the customer that. And I'm sorry that your mama and daddy never told you about this kind of stuff or you never learned it from anyway, but your buddy Ron's going to lace you up on business knowledge. Okay. Business knowledge. That is business knowledge. All right. Anyway, what else? Let's go back to some pictures. I kind of got on a rant there.
I mean, you sure did.
It must be the Santa Claus hat and the energy drinks. Let's go back here and see what we got. All right. So we had passports. Do you see this wreath?
It is very nice.
I think it's huge. Right in comparison to you can see like through the wreath because the table was so short, this part of the wreath is like falling off the table. It's an 88-inch look how big that wreath is. It's like 88 inches. That's a big wreath you got there. Yeah, huge wreath. So we have a bunch of new products. That's what we've been doing this week. We've been unloading. Well, I think we received them like a week and a half ago.
Right before Vegas.
A month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we had
just now breaking it out.
We had one installer that's a good friend of ours. He's a young man, but he decided that the Christmas business wasn't for him. So he dropped off his 30 properties and 2 little commercial properties, and he dropped off all the materials and stuff. So we had 2 pallets of that we still don't have, like what customers they belong to. And he's like, man, I don't even have some of their got addresses. I got text messages. I got texts for some. I got a phone number for a couple of them, and then I got It's like, no wonder you're fucking out of business. You don't get an email address from your customer. You don't have any kind of like, take your business seriously.
Information.
He's like, well, they all got my cell phone and they just text me how much. I say 400 and then hopefully they'll pay me cash when I get there. It's like, you're not going to scale. I do appreciate this young fella. He's a very hardworking guy and stuff like that, but you get scared of the customers. You get scared of, they might not want me asking for their credit card information. So I don't feel comfortable asking for their social security number. I don't ask them, their marital status. Not that you need to ask for all those, but when you work for certain companies, I mean, you're doing a buying power analysis, and that's the information that they have to put on that sheet. But if you're having to ask those questions, nobody wants to ask those questions. Nobody wants to talk about the terms and conditions, and let's go through the terms and conditions before you say yes. Nobody wants to talk about that. They'd rather you just find out by happenstance and they're not in the room. A lot of people don't even want to send the estimate because they don't want to tell you how much it costs on the phone because they personally don't think it's worth it. They, with their wallet, would not buy their own service, and you can tell in their voice.
Which I think is really sad. I think that's sad.
I do it myself because it's easy just to send like 50 estimates and not have to call them and say, and have to go through that experience of how much is it? What the hell? What is it? And then you're like, okay, well, look, since we got on the phone, this includes the install, warranty, and takedown and storage, you don't want to you're like, well, hopefully they can read it. I don't want someone yelling at me, and I don't want to have to be a salesman, because the salesman's job doesn't start until the customer says no. Until then, you're just an order taker. That's all you are. You're an order taker. Until the customer says no, that's when a salesman's job starts. Okay. And Christmas Light sells itself. If none of the customers are telling you no, your prices are too low. Your prices
Unless it's
are too low.
2020. In 2020, they're just throwing their credit cards at us.
Yeah. Well, that's just because, we're good salespeople. And I heard a podcast earlier. It was Jason Guyman, and it was Ron Robey, Joseph Murphy, and it was you and Chelsea. I think all of us were on a podcast when we got back from Utah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and it was about this exact same topic. Let's see if we can pull it up.
Really? Are you serious?
What topic were we talking about again?
We were talking about if people are saying yes too fast, your prices are too low. We were talking about your job doesn't begin until they say no.
Yeah. Let me see. Aspiring roofers. Damn, I didn't post a lot of shit. Let me go over here. Maybe I'm at the wrong one. But
it's like nonstop. It's like, what do you do all day? That's what I want to know.
I sit at the house all day. Oh, Steep Gear. My buddy Steep Gear is going to be at Christmas Expo. He told me, he said he wanted to be at he said he wanted to present something. And then I told Michael, I say, hey, bro, you ain't heard my homeboy from Steep Gear wants to be there. And he goes, nah, Michael Simmons. Mm-hmm. He goes, I didn't know that. And then I seen a little graphic yesterday that was like, he's going to be there now. It's like, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's
I
see
like those
here.
Steep Gear shorts.
Oh, here's something. I got to pull this up. We got to talk smack about my buddy here.
Uh-oh.
All right. So look at this right here. This is our new welcome message. So I went ahead and dressed up in the Santa suit just to do it for you guys. Yeah. And then Hunter Prasad. We know Hunter, don't we?
Yes.
He's a client of ours. He said, Coleman, Alabama, baby. Coleman, Alabama. 4th year. My biggest goal for the year is to spend more time with the family around Thanksgiving and the holidays and be more present with my family throughout the crazies. Yeah. So if you're in the Christmas light installation business, your goal should not be to spend more time around your family around Thanksgiving and the holidays. But I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. That must be... Oh, that's us right now. Holy shit. All right. So what am I doing? Where was it?
Yeah. Thanksgiving week is the busiest week of the year. It is insanity on steroids because all your HOAs are ready for their greenery.
I don't know. I'm looking for...
I don't know what you're looking for, so I can't help you.
It was of Guyman.
Yeah.
It's just, is it this
There
one?
you go, right there.
Oh, yeah. This is Guyman saying that 2020 was the hardest because he wasn't in the industry, so he doesn't know.
You literally started from zilch, and you even started not in a really good time either. It's not like the market was going crazy back then either. When
excuses, and if you get excuses, you're seldom good at anything else.
but you literally started from zilch, and you even started not in a really good time either. It's not like the market was going crazy back then either. When you started.
2020 was awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm gonna let him make it.
You know, you can excuses. You know, if you get excuses,
Yeah.
you're seldom good at anything else.
I'm
You
gonna
always
let him.
find an excuse. You know,
You see, that was just the three of y'all because there was no room for me and Chelsea.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was just men only.
Yeah. There was
Because
no
all the
room
men
with
were
all
hanging
those
out. All
mounts.
the women weren't allowed to hang out. All right. So what else we got here? We got so we have the big old reefs. This is 80-inch. We have a 72-inch, an 88-inch. These are perfect. And we got these new sprays in. Got a hell of a deal on these mixed pine sprays. Mixed noble, baby. And these, look at this. This is a foldable sphere. This thing is actually well constructed. I was surprised.
It is very nice. It does arrive flat, and then you put all the little circles in the teeth on the top, and then you screw in the bottom and tighten up. It is actually very nice. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, me too. I was like, wow, man. I like these glasses too. These Where's Waldo looking glasses. Yeah. So yeah, these foldable spheres, we got them bad boys. And I think that's the end of the slideshow.
Didn't do a picture of the snowflake?
No, I didn't get a pic. Oh yeah. Oh, this is Santa in Tomball. So if you live in Tomball, Texas, Santa was there the other day. He visited a store. This is like beach Santa.
It is beach Santa.
Yeah.
I like the overalls.
Yeah, and then our new Y Kingdom directory. One platform for every business, customized for each business. So anyway, that's a 2027 thing. We don't need to worry about that. But we will be having people on our directory next week. So be looking for that. You can go onto your design studio and start doing estimates. Laura actually had problems yesterday with the current tools that we use that we're going to call those legacy tools. We were using Strander for photo renderings, and it was a good service. You got to, you can just make something, get an image, and get on about your business. But what happened? It was glitching.
I had a lot of technical issues yesterday, but yeah, I couldn't add 3 colors because I do love showing people
Red, white, and green,
or multicolor. Or, but it's okay.
Another one is what's another one? It was Jobber. So we were on Jobber, and Jobber's tripping, and it was just like, Ron, you coming up with a solution? Get your ass busy. What you going to bed at 2 a.m. for when you can stay up and get this stuff done?
I do love Jobber though. I mean, I'll be looking forward to getting everything all in one, but I do like Jobber. I like the freedom it has given me over the last 5 years.
Yeah. Tyler said that their discounts are amazing.
That was back when we were talking about AT&T.
Oh yeah. AT&T.
So you're behind.
Yeah, we don't rock with AT&T, right? Yeah, we don't roll with AT&T because we live out here. We're just straight rednecks and they got T-Mobile. T-Mobile is the only thing that works at our house because we live so far. It's like a 1 mile by 1 mile block around our house that AT&T and Verizon doesn't work. So we had to get T-Mobile, and actually I'm not disappointed in it. It's actually come a long way.
It's been really good.
Yeah, come along, but we never leave the house, so what are you gonna do? Armando Gutierrez, if y'all know our friend from Utah, Armando. What is Armando talking about, Laura?
It's when you were looking for that video of Guyman. He thought it was talking about our lease lights versus buying lights.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think the Utah conversation was about Chelsea and Jason fighting. I think that was the takeaway there.
And you stir in the pot for sure.
Yeah, all you had to do was just sit there and ask a question, and then they had like differentiating opinions or something, right?
A lot of strong people in that room.
Yeah, we had a podcast with the Murphys. What was that, 2 weeks ago? And I think I only got in 3. I think I halfway fell asleep through it. No, I'm just joking. We got a couple words in. I forgot what the words were, but I got a few of them in there. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, the 50th. Yeah, 50th in Italy. You going to Italy? Oh yeah, and see Armando, he's got his travel agency set up. I did
I'll
throw
let you
that
take
picture
care
away.
of Ron's tickets.
Yeah. No, Armando
I'll
says
take
you
care of
don't
my
need to go
own.
first class, Laura. He's got this one that leaves 2 a.m, but it goes to Africa first, and then it circles back around to Australia, and then
You do leave late
a week
at
and a
night.
half later you land in when it's time.
You do leave late at night so that you can sleep on the plane. That's
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, you leave late at night.
Really?
Flights like at 8 or 9 at night, and then you.
But there's
have
a
your,
time change though when
yes,
you get
and then
there,
you
right?
land and you're there in the morning or that afternoon.
The same
or
time you
whatever,
left.
pretty much. Sometimes.
So if it's a 12-hour flight, you pretty much can fly as fast as the time zone, right?
You got the time change. They're already into. Well, they're in the.
You'd be
into
going
tomorrow,
backwards.
or there tonight. You're going backwards. So
You're going to lose a lot of time getting there, but on the way back, it'll seem like it only been 30 minutes.
yes, but you get there. You leave that night. You get there that next a day after the morning or whatever. It's some weird. I don't know. And don't ask me right now. I don't know. I didn't figure all that out. I just saw that you leave later in the evening, and then you get there in the morning. But I didn't know if it was the next day morning or 2 days later morning or how the crap that works. But
yeah, so that's that.
It
So
don't
let's
matter.
start crossing off some shit. So we received like 10 pallets from a friend of ours that was going out of business and liquidating, and we got some pretty cool products. We went through 3 or 4 of them yesterday, and we'll have some more. So stay tuned. I'll show you those later.
we'll have those posted soon.
The Light Work, our new rap song. You might have seen Laura dancing on the rap song, or it probably was me.
It's probably Ron.
Yeah, with my Santa hat, acting like I got some money. It just so you know, I'm not like that in real life at all. But the video was kind of cool. The RSS feed, we did cover all the people who are following us around the world, which is very surprising every year. I do look at that now. I start looking at it like 2 times a week, and I'm like, has anyone watched from Australia today? I'm like, oh, they're okay now. Okay, now they're all they're all watching. Okay, good, they're all watching. We talked about Stacy Jordan calling and making sure we're going to be teaching. Let's see, the passports. We got that one. All right, Christmas Expo. Okay, Christmas Expo. Now we've been to some conventions.
A couple.
When are we leaving for this one? Let's talk about that.
Now we were talking about leaving at 4:00 tomorrow morning, but
Laura's like, how about we leave after the podcast and go tonight?
I like sleeping and getting up and having my coffee and then going into my day of whatever. But I can sleep in the car. I don't care.
Yeah, so we have to leave. We have to wake up at 4:00 in the morning and leave here at 4:30 so we can be there by 8:30 with enough time and be able to hear Jason Woodward do his keynote speaking at the very beginning. I guess they're trying to get everyone there early, so they're there for the
It's
other
smart.
stuff.
It's a smart move on their part.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
I'm like, yeah, because if he was speaking at 2, I'd be like, all right, dog, I'll be there about
I'll be there
1.
about 1.
Yeah,
I'll be
1:30.
good.
See what's up.
I'll
Maybe
get
I'll.
some lunch.
Yeah, they're like, we
Get little
want.
Torchy's tacos and then go skipping in there, ready to go.
Yeah. So, but I had said, hey, Jason, give me a call, man. Let me get you on. And he must not have heard me. He must not have heard me.
Time for
Jason
you.
Woodward, holla at me. Let me get you
And
on the
gotta say
show.
his name right first.
Yeah. That always doesn't work very good. You're mispronouncing people's names.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So Jason Woodward, hopefully we'll have him on the podcast soon, but we're going to see what he has to do. And then when he comes off the stage, if I have to, I'll get him in a headlock and we'll get him down for a little personal interview with Ron, with or against his will. We'll see what happens. So we'll look forward to that tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going there tonight?
I mean, I would like to, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
driving.
I'm presenting. What do you think I should talk about? So Stacy said we're doing the town hall meeting with the ladies, and then Ron, and then
And Patrick.
and Patrick, and then I'm teaching a class about the trends of the Christmas industry, and they said who better to talk about the trends of the Christmas industry than Ron. What trends do you think that you see in the Christmas industry, babe?
Well, I mean, there's decoration trends and then there's process and system trends. I mean, AI is gigantic right now. Everyone is making their stuff with AI. Everyone's using that. And then you have decoration trends. Decoration trends, it's the greenery around the door. It's the C7s in the trees. It's C7s in the greenery. Greenery around the door was huge. And then also other colors, accenting with different colors, and not stop with that warm white and moving on. But they are saying that's going to be more of a nostalgic this year. It was what the interior design people are talking about. They're talking about more nostalgia, which means what? Multicolor, warm white, some greenery. I don't know, more old timey Christmas. So we'll see what actually pops
I
off.
think they call that retro Christmas.
Nostalgic Christmas.
I remember
But
Laura and I.
definitely not incandescents. Okay?
Laura and I were on the Family Feud. What was it, last year? Last August?
Yes, it was last August.
So we're on the Family Feud, and I'm telling the family, like, I'm the leader of the family, so I need to be in the when it comes down to the who makes the decision and who makes the final decision to win or lose the game. I want to be the guy that's in the hot seat, right? And so we're off on the ship in the Bahamas all day drinking and, you know, hitting my vape pen and stuff like that. So that night, like Brittany says, Dad, don't get messed up because this is my special night, you know, even though it was my birthday or something. Or
I think it was your birthday. I think it was your birthday that we did the Family Feud.
Or maybe it was the day after or something. But either way,
maybe the day after.
Either
it
way,
wasn't Brittany's birthday.
It was no. It was just a normal August day, and so we were supposed to be on. And she's like, Dad, put that drink down. We don't need you to be drinking too much because you got the Family Feud tonight. And I'm like, I'll be all right. Just hit me with a couple of questions. I'll spit them out right now. And then when we finally stepped on the stage, I got so fucking nervous. It was like I was so nervous. I didn't even know what was doing. So they're like, okay, so name what you see when you do X, Y, and Z. So you're like, you have something in your head, and then someone says it, and you're like, whoa, I didn't have a backup plan. And then they ask you, I remember the word came up. It was like, so it was about nostalgia. And then I was very embarrassed in that moment because I was like, what does this nostalgia mean? Remember?
Yes.
I was like, nostalgia. And I was like, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of this whole studio audience and this whole crowd of people that was watching the show when we were doing it.
Hundreds of people in the theater.
Yeah. And so I didn't
People
like nostalgia. What does that mean? So I was like, a book? Because, a movie. What brings you the nostalgia of Christmas or something or something like that? And then it was like, someone said a movie. And that was like one of the answers that was on the board at the Family Feud. And so I was like, I don't know what nostalgia means. But if a movie got it, maybe a book. So I said a book, and it was like the second X. And then so the whole family looked at me like, yeah, you're the ringer. And don't even know what the word of nostalgia means. So since then, every time I hear someone use that word from now on, now I'm like, okay, now I know what it means.
And the lights in the theater were not bright enough so where you couldn't see the audience, so you could actually see the audience and you could see all their faces. It just like,
yeah, it was kind of like one of those things like,
what the hell? How did these people get a spot? And it's ridiculous. Oh, it's because they have a big family, of course.
they got beautiful daughters. Must be. It ain't because homeboy got so much knowledge, the old fogey with the Christmas hat on. It can't be that. He doesn't even know what the hell nostalgia means. Look at this redneck. No wonder we're on Carnival cruise ships. People like this guy. Yeah, so that was last year.
I missed one of my questions too, so I can't hold it too much against you. But
it was the fact where we did so shitty that the other team was like kicking our ass, taking our name, and the whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call
the initial buzzer ones. We kept winning those, and so you're in. You have to answer all the questions right. You could pass. You could pass. We should have passed. We kept getting those buzzer questions.
So needless to say,
and the one that
was embarrassing.
The actual leader of our group, she said, "Do not pass, no matter what." And then, when somebody didn't pass one particular question, she said, "Why didn't you pass?" Because you said, "Don't pass."
I know.
Never pass.
Literally, I was sitting there when I had my face off with this chick. that was on the other family team that we didn't like that other team because we were competing and I want to win. I don't want a participation trophy. I didn't grow up like that. We drink out the water hose and stay outside until it's dark. You're not allowed to come home until the street lights come on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about the drink out the hose. You know, I'm thirsty. Shit, drink out the hose. You know what I'm saying? You coming in here for water for what? Drink out the hose, right? There's a secret to that too. You leave the water running for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Let the little dirt out of the hose come out.
Get all that germs and salmonella out.
Yeah. Just let it run about 4 or 5 minutes, but don't worry, you know, because that's like penny. That's, you know, you waste some water now. That might increase the bill by $2, $3. So, you know, don't be like filling up no pools or nothing like that. Get a sip and turn it off. Right?
Yeah.
Disconnect the hose so we don't have to rinse the hose out, you know.
Y'all don't know the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Have you ever drove a stick shift with the wind up windows
Of course.
and smoking at the same time?
Well, I didn't smoke back then, and neither my parents did. My parents did smoke, and we had
With the windows up or windows down?
Windows up in a station wagon. And so we were all the way in the back, and it's back on the station wagon. You can lift up the little hatch, and there's a little seat in the back in the station wagon. And then when my sister got big enough, then we had to share, so the seat didn't get to go up, but we did put a blanket down so we could all lay in the back of the station wagon. But yeah, they smoked with the windows up. And then the stick shift, there was no smoking at that point.
But you drove a stick shift with
Totally.
the wind, like when you had the wind up windows. I know you kids, you've had power windows your whole life, and you just don't know no better. But like when you're driving down the road and you're like sitting here with your clutch and you're shifting gears and stuff, and you're trying to smoke, but you're putting on your makeup and you're driving with your knee and you shift in, and then you're like trying to roll the window down because you're smoking. So, but you don't want to look like some broke ass dude that can't afford power windows because they just came out. Like when I was in high school, like it was like this new feature, like they had seat belts and ABS, like this. Maybe you're not going to kill yourself kind of thing. And it was like, we don't need no fucking APS. All this seat belts. No, we don't need those in the back seat. Those are just for the front seat drivers, right? So, but anyway, you remember that? So you're smoking a cigarette, or you're driving with your knee and you're shifting gears, and then but when you roll down the window, you know, you want to roll it down like you got power windows. You don't want to let go one click and then one click, and then you see the window go down here and then go down. Obviously you got wind up windows and you're broke. So when you'd always, like when you're winding down the windows, here's how I did it. I always looked in a different direction. Like maybe if I looked over in the other direction, it would look like I'm just pushing a button instead of winding it down in such a smooth and steady pace that it appears to be power windows. Remember that?
I never did that.
Oh, I always did that.
Never,
I was like, no,
ever.
I'm not going to be broke. Like, look, I'm just going to glance off to the right and just barely do it in a smooth pace. And it's going to look like,
Crazy.
And then you're like, oh shit, hold up. I got to switch the gears real quick. So you're also winding the window down and shifting gears and stuff. I mean, it was like, it reminded me of these guys that play on the street and they're the one-man band where they tap their foot and it's got a cymbal above their head and they're playing the guitar and the harmonica. And they're singing and shit the whole thing. It was like that driving a car back in the day. No wonder. I'm surprised there wasn't more accidents.
Because we were smarter. And just for the freaking record, I never did that. But I'll tell you what I did do.
Yeah.
My manual transmission vehicle was my dad's 66 Mustang, and there was no problem the fact that I didn't have to act like I had power freaking windows. That thing was badass. I was like, Dad, I need to go to the store. Can I take your car? Sure, babe, go ahead.
That's how it was with the rich folks.
Well, he wasn't rich. He put that thing back together. It was not running when he got it.
Yeah. I don't know. The kids asked me to drive the car.
Good.
I'm like, man, get your own damn car.
There
You
was
ain't
no
messing
air
up my shit.
conditioning. There was an 8-track tape system in there. So, you'd have to.
You had the 8-track?
My dad had the 8-track tape, and he had his little.
If you don't know what an
little
8-track
bucket.
is, it's let's pull up a picture of the 8-track, because when Laura was coming up, they had 8-tracks.
Well, he had 8-tracks, and he had his little bucket with all his, and it's what, I love classic rock. So you just open it up and you throw your little 8-track in. I went and pick up my little friends, and then
This is it right here.
we'd have our 8-track going with our Led Zeppelin and Queen and all that. It was good times. no air conditioning, but they didn't care. You just roll down that window and you crank.
This is what they look
crank,
like. They were like this thing that you put in like a Super Nintendo game,
Mhm.
and you put it in, and it was before they made cassette tapes. This was before that. You just inserted it like that, and it played it on this. And this was like, see, it says shit that belongs into a museum. But anyway, the 8-track. But this was like before they had reel to reel. And this is like when I grew up, you know, you had the record player and you had 45s, but the reel to reel. You remember the reel to reel? Let me show you what I be talking about. So this right here, some people are like, yeah, I remember the reel to reel. Hell yeah, shit, man. Or you're not as old as me and your parents didn't have reel to reel. But yeah, this was like what you had at the house. So
yeah, we didn't have that. That's for rich folk.
huh?
We didn't have that shit.
No.
That's for
This
rich
is
folk.
before the 8-track came out. You had
No.
to get this thing that it played in this machine, and it kind of read it down here right above this little reader, and it had the tape, and it just went from one to the next, and you turned it on, and it played the song.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We had a record player, and we had all the albums, and then we had
Look, they're
The
selling this thing for
8-track.
$3,000.
the 8-track, and then
Damn.
my car, which was an 83 Camaro, not the cute, sporty side, but the old roundy side. I had a cassette player in my Camaro. And so I had cassette tapes, and only just a couple because, I was broke. Mhm.
Yeah, someone asked, do I have a fake account? I'm like, no.
You have a fake account.
I got another account I don't have access to.
What are you talking about? What kind of account?
It's on Facebook. It's not a big deal. Anyway, moving right along. What else do we have? So we have Light Money. That Light Money song was really good. We must have listened to it at least 60 times.
I mean, I wasn't listening to it. You were. I just had to listen along with you.
Yeah, she was forced to listen.
Forced.
Yeah, you want to see the Santa Claus contest? Let me see here. Santa's favorite.
Santa, I'm the nicest one here.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. We'll see about that.
No, Santa, I'm the nicest. I'm definitely on the nice list.
You all are wonderful. Ho, ho, ho.
That is bad. You need to delete that.
What happened?
Dirty Santa.
No, we're talking about the naughty and the nice list.
Yeah,
your
that's-
boy Ron might be on the naughty list, but Laura's on the nice list.
I'm
So
always
we
on the
kind of
nice
we're
list.
like the yin and yang over here. So yeah, we're gonna be in the Christmas Expo tomorrow, and we are going to be teaching. I need to shave and make myself look presentable, but we're going to be teaching. We're going to be hanging out with people, shaking hands and stuff like that. I'd like to get up there and try my hypnosis stuff. So if I start this, if you already know the joke, and you're watching this podcast, don't tell everyone tomorrow. But I'd like to get them with like one of those, look into my eyes. You are going to buy Christmas lights from Ron. That's right. There's no other options. You must. No, you pay attention to me. You need to buy all product from Ron. And Ron teach you everything you need to know about Christmas. Kadish.
You're a little extra today. I'll have to tell you that.
No, I was thinking about doing I don't think the hypnotism trick's going to work though.
I
So
don't
we
know.
probably should teach something. We probably should teach something like relevant tomorrow. So anyway, look for me to be turned up all the way. And that stuff I was talking about, Jason and Stacy, they've been so nice after hearing that we called them out last week. They both have been so nice and looking forward to seeing our Christmas family.
They're looking forward to seeing me. Forget about it.
You don't think they want to see you, buddy, Ron?
I'm sure they want to see you.
Yeah.
Walking
Anyway,
with duct tape.
if you're in Dallas, get your broke ass to the Christmas Expo. We are going to be 100% showing up, showing out. I brought my bathing suit. So if you want to have a cannonball contest at the hotel pool, I'm down for it. Whatever we're going to do, I'm down for it. We're going to be there maybe tonight, but more than likely, we'll definitely be there tomorrow morning, God willing, if that's his will. And We'll be there tomorrow, and then we'll
It
also
starts at 8:30 and it's $15 to get in the door. So it's totally worth it. Okay. Come see your Christmas people. Come see all the new products and all the stuff we have out there. And come say hi to us. Our class time at 4 is a free class. So you're welcome to join us. And if you want to join us after and you can't get away, give us a call.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you live in the Dallas area, come holler at us. Shit, we're going to be there. And you're going to see how your buddy Ron gets treated in a crowd of people. You're going to see how your buddy Ron gets treated. Hopefully they're not throwing shit at me. Yeah. They're like throwing candy canes at me and stuff. You're like, I heard what you said about me 8 months ago and I haven't forgotten about it. Yeah. So anyway, well, we love this business. And for the people who say I do it for the money, I do it because I love it, homie. Tom Brady does not do it for the money because Tiger Woods does not golf for the money. All of these celebrities that are superstars in their industry, they don't do it for the money, because if they did it for the money, they would have quit a long time ago when they had enough money. They could never spend that amount of money while they're on this earth. Neither could their kids and their kids' kids. So obviously it's the love of the game. It has nothing to do with the money. I mean, the money is just going to come, but if you're doing it only for the money, everyone has their number. What's your number? Mine's 4 million. As soon as I have $4 million in the bank, I'm never working again another day in my life, because I have that goal and it's a financial goal. As soon as I get that amount of money, I'm done. But until then, I do it because I love it. Because believe me, I could build fences for the money. I can build roofs for the money. I can run a lot of different things but I do this one not for the money. It's because I love it, but it also really takes care of our business. And like Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And that's a fact, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite quote, Laura?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I think I've been losing it a little bit.
You have been losing a little bit.
I think I'm going crazy.
My favorite is a Bible verse, but
what is it?
It is it's Isaiah, and it is I'm going to paraphrase it because he put me on the spot, but no matter which way you go, to the right or to the left, in your ear he will whisper your path.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
So you got to listen.
What's my favorite Bible verse? Proverbs.
Probably the Proverbs.
19:6.
Too lazy to lift your hand to your mouth.
Lazy people take food in their hand, but don't lift it to their mouth. That is so true too. I mean, you have everything you need right at your fingertips, but you're too lazy to apply it. You know what I mean? Like, or, you know, if the Bible is food, you have it in your hand, but, you know, you're too lazy to eat and lift it to your mouth, you know? But anyway, what comes out of the mouth is what you're full of.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what are you full of? That's a good question.
Yeah.
What are you full of? Just listen to someone talk. You can tell what they're full of. But the good thing about being full of it is you can pour it all out and fill yourself up with something different. And it's all about keeping thy cup overflowing and continuing to fill yourself up with good things to the point it has to come out of your mouth. And the things that come out of your mouth, that's what's in your heart. And for us, the only thing we talk about all year is Christmas. So we're definitely going to see at Christmas Expo. We're going to see some DIY, do-it-yourselfers. We're going to be hanging out with some homeowners and some other stuff. We're going to be all gathered around with people who have the best displays in their block and their zip codes. And we're going to have a couple contractors there. We're going to have some Christmas friends. And your buddy Ron's going to be teaching for the very first time. I'm going to be popping my cherry on that stage on the Christmas Expo 2026, baby. Dallas, Texas, starting tomorrow. Is that the opening day?
Yeah, tomorrow's opening day.
Starting tomorrow. I cannot believe the reel-to-reel deck is $3,000. I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, hey, we love you guys. You guys have a good one. I know I was going to talk about something. How long have we been on this podcast? 1 hour and 24 minutes. Let's go through scheduling real quick because I got these clips and I got to talk about Christmas because it is the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind Podcast. So let's talk about scheduling real quick because that's what it's about.
Get on it.
All right. So scheduling in the Christmas light industry, if you're getting customers that are calling you, and then you might be asking these customers, you might be saying something along the lines of, when do you want to get it installed? Okay.
Mhm.
And then the customer tells you, yeah, Laura, I was thinking the day after Thanksgiving or somewhere around that weekend. What are you saying?
I'm booked.
You're booked. Well, it's July. People are already booked on the calendar, and it's only in July. You're already booked.
Yes.
Well, when can I get installed then?
Well, getting it installed, well, it depends. The earlier you get it installed, the cheaper it is. So can I talk you into maybe October?
So like maybe the first week of November then? Is it cheaper than the day after Thanksgiving?
No, October is.
But that's
actually cheaper.
earlier.
Well, you're just trying to get me all messed up.
I'm asking you a question.
Our busiest time is the first week of November. That is when our high-end clients want to be installed.
Prime time in the Christmas light industry is the first week of November. Okay. There's two different types of customers. There's one that wants to be installed. They don't mind if they're installed before Thanksgiving. And then there's your traditional customers that don't want to be installed before Halloween. They don't mind being installed in October before Halloween. And then you have the ones that just have to be in November. Those are the two types of customers, right?
Yes.
You have some that don't want to be before Halloween, but they're okay of going to December. Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. Yeah. It's in
It
this.
followed your hand.
Yeah. I say,
like a little
first of
puppy.
all, I'm over here. Now I'm back over here. Yeah. So when you're scheduling customers, be very conscious about your schedule. We do them in October and no earlier than the 7th. If someone says you can install it anytime you want to after the 13th, then you have they're ready to go anytime after the 13th. Am I going to do it on the 13th? Probably not. But if it makes sense, I will do it. You have to do as much as you can while you can, because there's going to be a time where you're doing all you can, but you can't do it all. And that's in November. You need to do as much as you possibly can and get it preloaded into there. Another thing is your schedule needs to be fluid. Okay. Listen to what I'm saying here. Your schedule needs to be open. Let's say it's raining. If it's calling for rain in Houston, Texas, for example, if it's calling for rain, question number one, is it raining everywhere? Is it raining on the north side of Houston, but not on the south side? Is it raining in Richmond, but it's okay up in Magnolia? Or is it vice versa? What is it like in Pearland? Like, what's the weather today? It's not raining everywhere, and it's not a 70% chance of rain today. When is it going to rain? AccuWeather, go to the hourly one. It'll tell you it's probably going to rain at 2:00. Then say, how about Richmond? Okay, but there it's not going to rain at 2:00. Okay, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to be there in the morning. It's probably going to be raining, and then we're going to come up north. You go around the rain. Another thing that you do is when you're getting your jobs on the board or on the schedule, you need to learn your EAF houses. So your really, really, really easy properties that you have, that's no hot glue. It's just a roof line and maybe something easy like a 1-story. You want to save those for rain days. So if it's raining today, that's something that any installer could do if they want to work in the rain. But working in the rain could lead to people calling in sick the next day because they were out working in the rain. So you have to be conscious of all this kind of stuff and which one of your workers are, working, and is it worth that? But if you're making $20,000 a day installing, how many days you want to take off? What do you want to do instead of doing that? Do you have enough money? Or it's not about the money. You just put lights on as many houses as you can, and then you just figure out the money part later. You stay with your process. It's not goals of I want to make 20,000, because what happens when you make 20,000? You're going to quit, spend time with your family? No, you're going to make as much money as you can so you can spend time with your family January and February and March and April. They're like saying maybe they might have next Friday off, or they might have maybe the weekend off or something. You could spend the whole month with them because you took your business seriously for 3 months. And like I said on that one podcast, the thing I love about this industry is if you take it seriously, like if you take your life seriously for 3 months, just 3 months, then you literally can change your life. And that's the kind of impact you can have if you take it seriously, right?
That's true.
And that's my favorite part about it, about the industry. And a lot of people that work for us, that's exactly what they think. They've been out trying to do whatever they got to do. And then come Christmas time, they're like, shit, man, this shit ain't working out. It's slowing down. They like working with us. They make good money. And then after the season, they can last about a month without getting paid or so. And then they're back out doing something else. But Christmas time is the best time, baby. But anyway, on your schedule, we schedule customers by the week. So maybe you might be in the first week of November, or maybe you might be in the second week of November. And there's some people that don't want it till the third week, but we never, ever, ever, ever schedule people the week before or the 4 days preceding Thanksgiving. Never. It's always an open schedule. That way, if we fall behind for some reason, we have some makeup to get up there. We might have some December 2nd, 3rd, 4th installs for some customers that didn't fit into the November business model. But, most of the time you have an open schedule. Someone calls up, they didn't call 10 people. Everybody's busy. I can take as many customers as we can. And that's where you make the most money, is around new customers calling you for the first time around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
The couple days before, and you're doing these $6,000, $7,000 jobs all day, and you can actually do it tomorrow. Kind of thing. That's the sweet spot. And then they kind of run out about this 3rd or 4th. You start hearing people say, I don't know, I got 2 more, and then that's all I got for the season. Like, no one else is going to call me, and nothing else is going to happen because you're burning through the houses. You're not trying to get more people. They have to literally come chase your ass down. You ain't chasing them down because you're just trying to get to the next one because you have so many houses you feel like you can't get them done. You don't even want to get any more customers because you're not sure you can get those customers done. And then you get to the end and then it stops and you're like, shit, I should have took those customers and scheduled them for, just told them a story that I'm about a week and a half out, and they might have said yes. And then I could have still been doing those. But instead, you got scared. And then when your schedule cleared up, it was over. So scheduling is probably one of the most important things you can do. Schedule them by the week. That way you can put all of them in this area, how they make sense. The way that we start our schedule, schedule them by the week. We let them all know on Sunday. And then we figure out what we have, and we schedule everything by our big commercial installs. So whatever our commercial installs are for that week and that schedule, we put our residential schedule with all of our crews are in that area. So if we're in Sugar Land at some big project, I want all my crews in Sugar Land, so they need to get a wreath or get something. I got the trailer out there with all the materials. It's like a mobile warehouse. Or maybe I'm not there, but that's how you do it. Mm-hmm. Have all your people in that area. Or, hey, this person was supposed to go to Miss Jane's house and then go over here, but something happened or whatever, so I can resupply the guys. We can make adjustments because we are literally taking over that area that day. And then the next day, you're playing mop up, and then finish up this 1 or 2 houses that we forgot, and then go over here. And then we're going to do about 20, 30 houses tomorrow, in this other area. And we also have the lift out here and this big commercial thing. So one manager can kind of pop through these little, ones in the local area. But that's what happens when you have about 500, 600 properties on the schedule. That's how you do them and get them done efficiently. It's not like, no, they're on the schedule for Thursday, and then today's Wednesday, so I can't. No. You do as much as you can when you can. Another thing you want to ask the customer besides, how early is too early? That's question 1. How, you can install them anytime. Okay, so October 1st? Well, I wasn't talking about October 1st. How early is too early? Okay, that's the first question. What's the second one?
How late is too late?
How late is too late? How early is too early? Okay, October 1st? Yeah, whenever you want. Okay, perfect. Shit, that's what you want to. And then the second question is, how late is too late? Oh, anytime. Okay, so if I showed up at your house at 10 o'clock at night, you would say, come on and get a job done? Well, no, I don't want no one on the roof at 10 o'clock at night. Okay, when your guys and it's 7 o'clock and they just got done for the job, it is dark. I don't know what this daylight savings thing, I imagine they'll still be dark. But when your guys are done and it's 6 or 7 o'clock at night and the conversation sounds like, hey, boss, So we just got finished with the job. You got the next job, my friend. You got the over here, my friend. Look, my name is Ron. Over here, my friend. Down here, down here. I moved for you. No, right here. See, needs me right here. Okay, my friend. Do you have another job? I want one more job. One more job. What do you got? Another job. And you're like, another job? Shit. Who would be willing for me to send him over there at 7:00 in October? November, maybe people might be like, well, just bring them on. What time are they going to get finished? I don't know. You'll get started and we'll just talk you into 2 a.m. later. All right, get the roof part done so you're not up there in the windows where the kids are going bed and shit, and you're over there looking through the windows. Get that part done first. Then do the stuff out in the ground next so you can be out there a little later. Am I right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Dude, if you don't do that, then we got to come back tomorrow because the kids are sleeping. You're up there next to their windows. Be smarter than that. Be smarter than that. Another one is, hey, it's about to rain. It's about to rain, I think today, maybe about 4:00. So when you get there, get all the hot glue part done first. So if it starts raining, then it's not gonna be like, well, we have to come back and hot glue because it's already raining. We can't get hot glue up now. Get all the hot glue done first. Then if it starts raining, then you can go ahead and put the lights on the top, right? Mm-hmm. This is the stuff that you have to do because if you have to go back there, it could cost you another $400. And it's 15 decisions like that every single day. Remember, your job is to get the installer to do more than they would do if you wasn't there. If they're just like, all right, I'm done for the day. And you're like, all right, sounds good, man. Have a great day. They don't even need you. There's no there's no reason for you to be there. You're not a manager. You're just a friend. You're not a manager. Your job is to say, come on, man. Come on, man. Do one more. I know. Yeah, your wife ain't seen you in a week. I get it. Me either. But just do one more job. Just a small one. It's an easy one, dude. It's an easy one on the way home. That's a gravy. I've been saving it for the, someone special. Man, this is you. Man, just do this easy one on the way. It's right. It's on the way home. It's easy. 125 feet. And they do it. And then every day you have them to do that. That's 5 jobs a week. That's 6-7 jobs a week times 3 crews, 4 crews. That's another 20 jobs. Just for you doing that, that's another how much money? Right? Yeah. You have to install Christmas lights to know what the hell I'm talking about. That's how much more money that you make. It's not like you can pause time and extend the season out even further than you already are. You're doing it as early as anyone will even let you, and you're going as late as possible if you're striving. But how much can you do in one day? Okay, if you're leaving at 5:00, then you deserve everything that comes to you for your part-time efforts. Okay, this is a full-time position. This is make as much money as you possibly can and as quick as you can and have as much fun as you can without going insane. Get your dominoes set up there, figure out what you're going to do, have a flexible schedule. Don't tie yourself down except for, hey, I have a crew available. I think you're going to be the second job of the day tomorrow. What time are you going to be there? What time are they going to get done with the first job? You say, well, I don't know. I mean, it's a job that they have in Richmond. You're in Sugar Land down the street. I got multiple crews out there, but all I know is as soon as he's done, I'm not going to race him and tell him to be unsafe, or I'm not going to tell him, hey, man, just, you got to be at that customer's house at 10:00. I don't care if you fall off the ladder. You can't be like that. It takes as long as it takes. And if the customer comes out there and they start adding some stuff, then that has to be considered. You're not done until you're done. And we're not going to race to the second job, but I'm telling you that, you're going to be the second job of the day. And I'll let you know when that gets closer to give you a better idea. Because right now, if you told them something, you'd have to call them back again. You have to touch the customer again anyway. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And you never tell a customer that you're going to be there in between 8 and 10. Or all you're doing is just having to contact them again and say, I'm sorry, I told you one thing. Now I got to tell you another thing that we're running late. Like, why'd you even tell them something that makes you have to tell them something again? Right? What time are you going to get there? I don't know. The first job of the day. If I'm assigning it to someone like Wilmer or something, these guys are roofers. They'd be out there at 5 a.m. if they could. You're like, nah, dog, dude. 7:30 maybe.
You have to force them to 7:30.
8:00, bro. People don't want you out. Maybe 7:30, man. Put you on
day.
some, but the people don't want you out there at 6 a.m. up on the roof, and they're just
getting ready for work, getting ready for school. No.
just
no.
just not a good look. I mean, just some people don't mind, but most people don't, you know. And if you tell someone something, how about probably before lunch or after lunch, because lunch could mean anything. So if I'm gonna be out there before lunch, if you show up at 11 o'clock, that's before lunch. If you show up there at 7 o'clock, that's before lunch. You know, that's a better thing to say, that you don't have to call back and say, oh, I'm sorry, I told you before lunch, but it's actually going to be 10:30. You're like, well, that's before lunch. Okay, so that right there, just saying that is a difference of like thousands of dollars, because you're, instead of talking to another customer and acquiring another customer, you're calling back the same customer for the 4th time because you're re-explaining some shit you didn't explain right the first time. Or, hey, I'm on the way. Well, I'll be there in about 30 minutes. And then the guys stop off at get something to eat, or the gas station, or just normal shit. But you're the one that told that customer he's on the way and should be there about in 35 minutes. And then an hour later, they show up. You know what's wrong? It's you. You're not talking. You're trying to narrow yourself down when you don't have to. You're just putting yourself into a box just to be a liar. And just to start off on the wrong foot, because you have to feel like you have to tell them the exact time, and you're not the person in the truck. You're not the person who's finishing up that job and still cleaning up and walking around the property to make sure it's cleaned up. Or you were just saying, hey, I want another job, but you still had another 10, 15 minutes to go before you finished and double checked. And, oh, I just noticed something. You never say that kind of stuff. And I never assign the jobs to the customer until they're actually done, so I can verify through pictures that they're done and everything is the whatever we agreed that was going to be installed, that I have pictures and evidence of everything. Then and only then do I assign them the next job. Because what if there's a trouble call? What if there's a neighbor that the next door neighbor wants lights? Why would you send this guy all the way across town when he's already there? Put him on the neighbor, put the next guy who calls you somewhere else. So the schedule's constantly changing. The schedule's constantly fluid. If you're not in the office, you have no idea what the schedule is, because every 5 minutes is changing based on, hey, I got a light out. Okay. Well, if you give the guys hey, look, at the end of the day, when you're done for the day, I want you to stop by Miss Jones' house and fix that one light bulb. Are they going to do it? Probably not. Because it was already 9:30 and they got kicked off to one house for being late, allegedly. And they're going to head home. Well, what about I'll do that tomorrow. You're like, no, I told them people today. That shit's super serious. So when you do them one at a time, like we do it, you'll say, all right, I'll tell you what, stop by Miss Jones' house real quick, go fix that one bulb, and then you're going to this big job to such and such or whatever, okay? You never do the trouble calls at the end of the day. They never get done because no one cares about that. So when you schedule, that's how you schedule, okay? And if you don't schedule like that, you're learning. You're learning. Or you have a company that works all year round and you don't really need the money like that. You just trying to get a little extra money, so you had a couple presents under the tree, and you go on a little vacation, and then you just can't wait to put your hands back on that pressure washer or that fencing materials, or you want to have a whole sleeve, your whole arm has just got nothing but wood shavings from it, from hitting that saw, and you covered in sawdust every damn day, right? And you got these little black stains around your shirt from wiping the sweat out your eyes so many damn times all day. That if you want to live that life, then go ahead and half-ass go through it, and just go ahead and tell someone you'll be there and waste all your time and take the weekends off. Matter of fact, and shit, when it gets dark, we don't work after dark. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. But the people who are winning, they don't do that. They get as much as they possibly can, when they can, while they can, until they can't. Right? So that's what's up with that. All right, give me some parting words there, Laura. That's scheduling. I went through scheduling like I said I would. And there's more to it with scheduling, but that's the gist of it. Schedule by the week. Don't schedule by the day. Schedule by the week. First week, second week, and let them know how it fits in your schedule. If you want to know what it's like a day in my life, the first week of November, we'll have 140 clients on the schedule for the first week of November. Huge clients. And we do it, right?
Yep, we do. But
you can't say, I'm going to do these 35 on two. It's just impossible. There's just no way to scale like that. There's no way to stay on that schedule. There's so many different things that could possibly happen with that many moving parts. It's impossible. You just do as much as you can every single second of every single day. And anytime someone's getting burned out, or they want to go home, or they want to do something, you remind them of the day that you met. And you said, what? Do you understand that we're going to be working from 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week? And I might ask you to work more than that. And then you have them talk to their wife about it and make sure that they understand that that's what those hours are. You don't tell them, well, we're probably going to work 8 hours and there might be some more, because you can never talk them into doing more. It's easy to say we're going to be working 18-hour days, but then, okay, we're done for the day after 9 hours. It's easier to do that than to say you're going to do this and then start to increase it from the beginning. Because then they're going to start making up excuses, because most people don't have the balls to tell you themselves no. They'll blame it on their wife. Oh, my wife wants, like, we already talked about your wife the day that we met on your interview. And I said, go talk to your wife and make sure your wife is okay with that. Remember that? So I don't want to hear about your wife said this and that. No. We already made this, that you're going to be working for me, because this is major league. If the people don't work for you every single day, they don't work for you at all. That's a fact. If you say, hey, man, can I work for you like maybe Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday? Never, ever, ever would I ever let someone work for me part-time. All they're doing, people stealing from you. Anyone's like, well, man, I have some roofs and stuff, but when I don't have some roofs, I got some labor. That's desperate. You're desperate taking people like that. Because the next door neighbor is going to want something and they're going to do it tomorrow and tell you that they got a roof. I mean, they're just stealing from you left and right. You're just desperate, and you know that they're probably going to do it, but you're just so unorganized. You have to sit there and watch people stealing from you, and that will steal the Christmas spirit away from you big time. Even if your bank account's super swole and you got a lot of money, just knowing that the people working for you are stealing from you. And they're stealing from you is because of you, because you're the way that you hire, you let them go, you're desperate, you put them in there, you already knew they were going to do that, and they start stealing from you, and you're not keeping track of stuff, and you deserve it. You deserve it. And then you have a culture of people where everyone's stealing from you, and then, you're just the nicest person in the world and loading up all these materials you paid a lot of money for so they can put it on someone's house and steal from you. I mean, that's the reality when you don't have your shit together in the Christmas business. This is the reason why most people can't do it, is because they don't have a process of how to do the job. They just listen to some stupid fucking YouTube video that told them a few little things, and that's not the reality of this. Okay. Winning is about having great communication, and you don't say something that 50% of the time is going to be untrue. Like, I'll be there in between 8 and 10. What's the chances of that being true? What's the chances of something happening? Okay. Don't say that. Okay. Be very careful of what you say. And this is coming from me, because you may say some stuff to get that sale, but you don't have another department to pass it off to, more than likely.
It keeps wanting to look at me.
It keeps
the
wanting
other
to look
department.
at my hand. Yeah, you don't have another department to pass it off to. At the end of the day, you're having to answer those questions. And then the customer tells you, well, you got this deal going where you gave me a $1,500 package. And I could have sworn I talked to the salesman and he said, we're going to, like, well, ma'am, I'm the only person I was the person you talked to on the phone. And because you're doing everything from the phone, you have to have everything in writing of exactly what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, exactly what it's going to be, because the materials are so freaking expensive. You can't afford to put 800 feet of lights on this house and only charge them for 300. I don't care what you said. You can't do it. You have to figure out what you're doing, charge them by the increment. That way you don't make any stupid mistakes until you find out what you're doing. And you definitely want to lease. If somebody wants to give you $20,000 to buy it, then they're buying it. I mean, you're not 100% stuck on anything except for making money and being as efficient as possible. But, leasing it and having ownership, anyone knows that that's the best deal, for running your business. And there's many different things I can talk to you about leasing and buying some other time. But leasing has definitely increased the value of our company, and we're going to continue to do that. Last thing before I jump off here is this one right here, Laura. Now, why don't you tell us about this one? This one's one of my favorite ones.
This is your favorite one. Let's see it.
This one is going to be this handsome fella right here. He's got a Santa Claus hat on. This is the real Santa Claus hat, and this is not a Photoshop AI. This is what
kind of looks like it. Well, this is the 2026 Christmas Contractor.com season kickoff, which is going to happen on September 25th and 26th. It's going to be at our warehouse, and Ron and I will be hosting and doing the training for this event. You can do standard pass, which is a single person. You can have your team, which is up to 3. VIP pass, which includes if you're
so basically if you got a $4.99 package, it's usually $6.99, but you got a $500 package. It's for 2 days and it includes the food. It's 2 days and includes the food, and I'm talking about good food. I'm talking about 2 days of training and good food. It's okay. Anyway, so then if you have 3 people for $700, you have was it a couple $100 a person? I mean, that's what the meals would cost for 2 days anyway. So you would be for 3 people, $700. You're in there. Now, what's the VIP pass? That's what we want to know, because I like to go places VIP. I very seldom go anywhere if I'm not these days. But I used to go where $10 to reserve your ticket, your plane ticket on your wedding day, which is too much. But as you heard in the beginning of the podcast. But anyway, what about this VIP experience? What's that?
VIP, if you're out of towner and you're coming into town, then we will come get you from the airport. We do live in the sticks. You can't buy. I would not suggest renting a car. It's not worth your time, and Uber is ridiculous. You will get. I can't even read that, but whatever. We have some event passes and some extra goodies for y'all that are getting the VIP.
Yeah, the VIP is we come pick you up from the airport.
We'll get you from the airport and we'll take you to where you need to go.
Yeah, so there was 2 people who got the VIP last year, but they didn't. They just went with the regular ticket. They didn't want to stay with us and didn't need any help or going out to dinners with us above and beyond or whatever. Because we had like breakfast and we had lunch, and then we went out to dinner. But anyway, we had some people come in last year and they didn't feel like staying in the lake house, but they stayed at their own Airbnb or whatever, and that's fine.
Yeah.
VIP, we'll come take you to we'll pick you up from the airport and we'll take you to your place. We'll make sure you're taken from that place to the training and then back to wherever you are after training. So it'll save you at least $200-300 in that. Plus you get some other stuff, some discounted rates and some different things that you'll be able to see later on. When we roll out this new website, you'll have some different perks for that VIP, but the VIP with the lake house, if you look at this price here, the price of this one is $900.99. No, it's $999. So it's a G. It's a G. What does it come with, Flower?
Oh, you want me to talk now?
Oh, I want you to put some, as they would say back in the Wildlands where I'm from. No, I'm not from the Wildlands, but they said put some sauce on it. Put some sauce on it. Come on, baby, put some sauce on it.
It's the 2 days of training. We come pick you up and you can stay at the lake house, the Lake Conroe, which is about 20 minutes from our office. We got a house over there that we put everybody up in, and
3 nights.
A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun because you get around a bunch of other Christmas light people with like minds, and it's a great time to sit and chat and talk about the business. And when you're, gives you some good encouragement. I really enjoyed it. Just getting to go over there. We didn't stay there.
But
we went over and got to have some really great conversations and get to know each other and give, advice, listen to advice. And it was really fun.
I'm talking about personally picking everyone up from the airport, taking them to the lake house, having the lake house fully stocked with sodas and snacks and everything that you can be comfortable. You ain't got to get anything. You come in there. So basically you just need the plane ticket, but we pick you up, take you to the lake house, take you there, go out to dinners. It's the full VIP access. That would be most of any of the friends that come in. It's for 3 nights at a big lake house Airbnb. Give me a damn break. This is like giving it away for free.
Pretty much.
Yeah, after the Ubers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so get the Lake House VIP, get the standard contractor pass. Definitely holla at your boy Ron and your girl Laura, and get your ass over there in Dallas tomorrow and come to the Christmas Expo. Come to the Christmas Expo, and that's where we're gonna be doing our damn thing. And for the final words of the show, this is something that's it's really been coveted, like the very ending of Get Busy. I've had Joey Murphy do it and Chelsea did it one time and everything, but I really think it's a great opportunity to give that. You remember Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Jerry Springer, like he would say, "Oh yeah, you thought your sister, well now you know your brother's sleeping with your mom, you know, whatever," and then they'd start what bitch and start fighting each other. And then at the end of the Jerry Springer show, he would have like some really insightful things to say. Like there was a circus that just happened, but then he would really come out with some knowledge and really break it down like he was a medical professional,
Right?
you know. And it was like, dang, it kind of ended like that, right? And I'd like to end our circus like that too. So let's hear it, babe. Let's hear that motivational ending.
Oh,
That Jerry Springer ending.
I'm not Jerry Springer. Okay, so what is it? It's 40 days until September. And at this point, you should have your shirts ready to go. You should have your yard signs ready to go.
Oh, by the way, I want to cut you off real quick.
Of course you do.
Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. I do want to say this, that I'm noticing that there's about 5 different shirt vendors that are in the mastermind. And you know, T-Soul, we got Tank, we got someone else, we got someone trying to sell this and someone trying. I'm totally down with that. But I want to do a contest because I really would like to have one exclusive t-shirt vendor. Like if you want t-shirts in the mastermind, we only promote one person. I don't know who that person's going to be. I don't know if we should do a contest. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. But I think I'm going to limit that to one person that's recommended, and everyone else is not allowed to post in the mastermind for t-shirts. I think we're going to break it down to one. So I got to reach out. If you sell t-shirts, you make t-shirts, and you want to be exclusive in the mastermind this season for this Christmas season, holla at me because we're definitely going to be doing something there and going to have some kind of a t-shirt contest and pick one, you know, and I can financially be motivated, but anyway, we'll figure out that. Anyway, back to what you're saying.
Anyway, so you're preparing your ark. You're preparing for the flood that's about to come in the next 40 days, right? So in that season, we used to say last 40 days, but actually lasts longer now that you can install a little earlier and a little sooner with hitting it up in September. But you should have your t-shirts, your yard signs, a website, something place that people can land and see your services. Also have your Google Your Business page ready to go. You should have all these little things ready to go. And if you don't have them ready to go, it is time to get off your ass, people, and get busy.
Get busy. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.